Arasaka aircraft carrier docked in Night City called Kujira, or the Whale. Apparently, the Corp figured it wasn't safe in Japanese waters, afraid some local fishermen might harpoon it for scientific research. But honestly, it's quite the power move. Wonder what Militech will respond with. Maybe Myers will fly a Rust Bucket B-17 Flying Fortress over Arasaka HQ. Oh man, that is insensitive. I am so sorry. Where are my manners? President Myers, I mean, of course. Gotta respect the office. Anywho.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Ghastly and this is episode 3 of my Cyberpunk series. So if you are just joining us, then thank you so much for hanging out. And be sure to check out episode 1 and 2. There should be a link for the playlist right about now on top of your screen. So yeah, we are going to be getting a little bit of an alteration today. So let's get to it.
Whoa, V? You get your beauty sleep? No matter. Time you got up.
I think I might have caught something when I jacked into that Corpo's biomon. Don't know, a neurovirus or... Need to see Vic. Let him tell me what's got my head reeling and my stomach churning.
Okay, let me take you. I brought you a ride. Yeah, throw on some threads, meet me downstairs.
So as I've mentioned in a couple of other episodes, I am trying to stay quiet and not interrupt the dialogue too much, but I will be explaining a few things throughout this episode, so yeah.
Hey V, Regina Jones here. If you're looking for work in Watson, give me a call.
How did you find me? How'd you even know my name?
I know where to gather my intel. Could even call me a collector. Later, V.
Well, hey there, Space Cowboy. So here you get messages, and I'll just read quickly here. It says, heard you were looking for work in Watson. Just so happens I'm one of its main employers. If you don't want to waste those talents of yours, check the gigs I sent you. Do good work, and there's more where that came from. I'll keep in touch. So you can go into this screen and reply sometimes, but yeah, this one does not have a reply. We do have a little bit of a update we can do on our character because we do have some attribute points and perks available. So the attribute points are pretty much the same as we did in the character creation screen, and then the perk points are just perks that we can do to our attribute points to kind of buffer those up a little bit. So I am mostly going to be using handguns, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the High Noon perk for this one. Gunslinger is also a good one, but I think that High Noon is going to help me out right now based on what I'm currently doing with my character. So, yeah. You really want to pay attention as you're creating your character where you're putting those attribute points and perk points, because that can really drastically alter the type of character you end up having in the end and how you kind of play the game. On this screen we have like the database here, and that's going to show you all of like the vehicles, people, and things like that that you've run into during your time. And the map is very helpful, I think. It's a lot like the GTA map. It has like vendors and where to find food and all that kind of stuff. There's also a fast travel points, and we'll go over those a little bit later. But most importantly is the level of different enemies and things that you'll run into to kind of help you from getting your ass kicked when you're a low level. It'll kind of tell you where's safe and where you should really kind of stay away from. So we will go into a little bit more exploring that a little bit later, but for now it's just kind of good to have a look over it and see where you're going. Speaking of vendors, there are a few of them in the actual building that V lives in, and we will run into at least one of those here in just a minute. Dude, the money goes in the other side. That's why it's not working. Whoa, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, no.
I love all the random little conversations that you can kind of hear going on around you and just all the sounds and stuff. There's so much immersion to this game. I think so many different levels of it compared to other RPGs that I've played. I love that aspect of this game.
How about a round or two? What do you say? How you like my new punching bag?
I mean, he kind of looks like Johnny Five with shoulder pads.
Ass whooping. He did. Be curious to see how he handles the likes of V. So how about it?
How's it going? Fight's about to start. Not gonna watch? Take notes?
Malone versus Hernandez? Nah. Our chrome friend here don't watch TV. Don't talk neither. Only way he communicates is with them fists.
Let's do this.
Light on your feet. Keep that head moving.
My cat-like reflexes there.
You got one hell of a punch there, champ. Ever thought of monetizing it? I can arrange a fight or two. What do you say?
I mean, it sounds fair enough. Why not?
You go in the ring yourself?
Not anymore. Skull's taking too much of a beating. Reflexes ain't what they used to be.
There's ways of fixing that. Korenzikov should do the trick.
Rather dish out my eddies for something else. It's time I started taking it easy.
You mentioned something about fighting?
I've seen you landing blows in the ring. You've got sharp instinct, good edge. You can go far, especially if you get chipped. These fights, let's just say they aren't legal, but very lucrative.
Lucrative for who? You or me?
Both of us. I get a small percentage of the total winnings, you know, as your agent. You get the rest.
Man, ain't that the way it always goes?
Oh, I get it. Want to get rich off my blood, sweat, and tears.
Hey, you gotta make a buck somehow, right? At least I'm giving it to you straight.
Are you, though?
Fights happen in different parts of the city. You choose where you want to go, put down your eddies, and start swinging. You win, you take home the pot. Manage to drop every last one of them, you get a chance to fight in the grand finale. That all clear?
Crystal.
Good. Oh, except you won't be setting foot outside Watson. Not yet. You can start in Kabuki. I believe in you, V. Time to show this city what you're made of.
Of course, it's always a good time for a burrito, so we'll grab another burrito before we head out. It looks like we are getting a message from Coach Fred. Unlike some of the survival games, you're not going to have a hunger or thirst bar that you need to keep an eye on, but food can give you a little bit of a benefit if you're like fighting a tough boss or something. And it looks like Coach Fred is just giving us a little bit more information on the fights available to us in Watson. So we have the Kabuki, Arroyo, Glen, and Animals Club. And looks like we do not have a response for him at this time.
Nature comes first. From the very first stages.
So that means it's burrito time. It's always burrito time in my world. It is never a bad time for a burrito.
Freshly developed new tastes, and let your tongue be amazed. All foods.
Pete, your sweet little 45's waiting for its mommy. Purrs after every shot now.
Okay, so it looks like we've run across our first weapons store, so we'll go ahead and pick up this gun.
Let's have a look.
So as you can see, there are two different ways that you can kind of get guns here. You have, of course, your eddies, and then you have street cred. And street cred is kind of like a, like your reputation. You earn that through doing different things for gangs and fixers and stuff like that. So certain weapons you can only get with street cred. And if you start out on the street kid life path, you do have a little bit of that. I believe that is the only life path that you start out with any amount of street cred, though. All the others, you have to earn it from the beginning. So bonus for us street kids. So the pistol that we just got is actually the Dying Light pistol, which is considered an iconic item. So these are, generally, they're going to have a little bit better stats and everything, and they kind of have certain special abilities to them. And just like all the other weapons and gear, you can upgrade and add other components to the iconic items, but they have just their own kind of, I guess you would say, schematics or whatever, you know, whatever the term is there. I'm not good with all that, but yeah, they do remain useful throughout the game, so you can kind of keep upgrading them as you go. And once again, another nod to the awesome immersion of this game is all the different like news television shows and stuff, and the ads and stuff. Like, it really pays to pay attention to all this kind of stuff, because it really just adds so much to the environment of the game. And we should be able to find Jackie pretty much the minute we step out of the elevator. I think he's right out there, not too far away, so.
The sponsor for the festival is the Arasaka Corporation. And in an exciting development, even Hanako Arasaka has announced her participation in the Dashi Parade. From all of us at WNS News, we wish you a safe...
So pretty much anyone that you run into with these little indicators over their head, it's a good idea to go ahead and scan them using your Cybernetics, and we will be upgrading that fairly soon here. So, but it's always kind of a good idea to know what the people around you are kind of getting into, or who they are, or who they're with, and all that. Jackie, so we'll go and see what he has to say.
Woman of the hour. Jeez, it took you long enough. Worked up an appetite, just wait. Sit down, let me finish this.
I'm trying to.
Drop in on Senor Viktor.
There we
You
go.
mentioned something about a surprise yesterday. Am I remembering right, or just had a brain fart?
Probably both, because you usually forget shit. But it just so happens, I think I might have bagged us a sweet-ass J.O.B.
Go on.
I mean, maybe it's not as big as that, but just that it's fronted by a little-known someone named Dexter Deshawn. Only the top fixer in Night fucking City. Fat-ass black Jesus of the afterlife. 300 pounds of partly gold-plated cool.
Thought Dex bounced out of the ring a few years ago. Messed with a nasty crew in Pacifica. Things got ugly.
Gang wars 2 years back. Somehow Dex got caught up in the craziness. A lot of bodies lying in the streets by the time the shooting stopped. Yeah, Dex got lucky though. Managed to slip under the radar till tempers cooled. Took a while, but he's made one hell of a comeback.
Guy's up to his elbows in blood, Jack. You want to shake his hand. Work with him.
It's the biz, V. Everyone's got blood on their hands. You deal with it. You move on.
So what's the gig? We meant to come out in one piece?
Well, our savior wants to tell you everything himself. Face to face. No pressure, but whole deal's riding on you now, chica.
Oh yeah, no pressure at all.
All right. Let's hear what old Dex has to say. Set it up.
Dex is a real deal when it comes to fixers. Don't get me wrong. Don't got nothing against the Padre or Wakako, but Dex is in a league of his own. You know what I'm saying?
No, really, no.
It's always the same story. You land on fresh turf, local fixer waves his dick around, but he's smiling, saying you'll be up to your neck in gigs and eddies. Still, all you are is another name in their little black book. Nifty tool for getting them a fat slice of whatever half-baked shit pie their client put on the table.
Yeah, I think
Sure,
I'm good on the shit
you
pie
crack
there,
jokes
Jackie.
over drinks, but in the end, it's biz. Gracias a Dios. Estoy lleno. Brought your wheels. Gave them to my guy yesterday to smooth over the dents after our dust-up with the scabs.
Thanks, Jack. Much appreciated.
Oh man, here comes me embarrassing myself trying to drive.
Top-notch
because
work
the
Miguel
driving
did.
mechanics in this game
Rides
are
like it
so
looks.
difficult for
Factory
me.
new.
I don't know what it is.
We'll see about that.
So we rolling or what?
I mean, I'd rather just walk. We need the exercise, right?
Let's feel this factory new ride.
Oh boy, I do not like driving in this game at all. I think it's definitely a lot easier if you have a controller, so I'm gonna have to hook my controller up eventually, but yeah,
First stop.
just the
Ripperdoc.
ASDW stuff
Chica,
is, oh my
easy on the
goodness,
gas,
not
eh?
good.
I just
Of course I am admittedly a noob, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, so yeah,
I was supposed to stop
whatever.
by Vic's anyhow. I got
I
a
didn't
date.
need that. That Paul
Me and
didn't
Miss
belong
D.
there anyway.
You don't say.
She's so sweet. Really gets
Whoops.
me, you know?
Sorry.
I can't.
Oh Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, big truck. Woo! That was a close one. Oops, I missed my turn. Excuse me. Coming through. I just gotta, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Babe. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Ah! Oh no. I'm driving here. Oh, that's a sidewalk. Oh, well, crap. They didn't need that. Oopsie. Fuck your sign. Like a pro.
Yeah, this is it. Come on,
I'm
V.
really bad at that.
Find me once Vic's done dusting your circuits. We'll hash out what Dex has cooked up for us.
So here's an interesting guy to scan. This one right here is actually a netrunner. So he is like a super hacker. So he can interface with all kinds of different things and pretty much find weaknesses and things they can hack and then sell to finders and all different kinds of stuff. And that one actually works for the NCPD. So he's a good one to keep an eye on.
You, or rather, not only.
What are you checking them out?
Do you truly believe that those...
Oh yeah.
Hey, V. Dr. Vector will see you now.
I'll sit tight over here. Me and Misty got a little catching up to do.
I loved Misty's shop. This is definitely the kind of place I would go to in real, as they say in this game. And we are paying a visit to the Ripperdoc. So basically these are the ones who install cyberware. It's still pretty dangerous, so there's only a certain number of people who can do it. You pick your cybernetics that you want, and they will go ahead and install that for you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, V. Oh, wow. What do I owe the pleasure today?
Last gig, had to jack into a client's neuro socket. Think I might have gotten spiked.
Experiencing migraines, nausea, hypersensitivity to bright lights?
That's like me every day with my chronic illness. I maybe need to look and see if I have cybernetics
we'll
implanted
sort you out
somewhere.
in a flash. Besides that, how are things?
Need some new kit, but tools, not toys, Vic. Time I bumped up my sights and got a grip.
Really? Now? Finally?
Vic, shit's getting real. Got a job from Dex Deshawn, hitting the major leagues. Need tech that can perform.
The Dexter Deshawn?
No, the other one.
Well, that is something. But let me guess. Hasn't paid you yet.
Of course not. That's not how these things work.
Quit crying, Vic. I'll bring you the Eddies later, with interest. You know I will.
We're gonna bring you the Eds, and the Eddies.
Last time. You hear?
Oh yeah, you gotta love somebody ejecting themselves
Chair,
before they do
please.
surgery on
Sit
you.
down,
That's always fun.
relax. Kuroshi Optics. Best I've got, and should be about right under the circumstances. Now jack in.
Kuroshi, whoa! Vic, nothing tops that on the market.
Sounds like it could come in handy then.
Gave you my word I'd pay you back, but this might be too rich for my blood.
We'll work something out. Right now, I'm just out to make sure you get back in one piece. Eddie's in hand.
I don't know about this, Vic, but okay.
You peruse and choose while I scan. Let's see what's going on inside.
So there are tons of different upgrades that you can get. Unfortunately, most of them are going to be a little bit too rich for our blood now since we have 88 Eddies. So we can't really get too much there. But you can really upgrade pretty much everything from your body structure, your brain. Yeah, here they've got like the operating system, even like your circulatory system, your nervous system, your immune system. So since we are pretty low on the Eddies right now, we are only going to be getting the Kuroshi Optics eyewear and then the ballistic coprocessor hands. And the Kuroshi Optics will help us, it'll give us a little bit of an enhancement to the scanning function that our current optics has. And that works with your operating system, and the operating systems are actually super expensive, so we won't be doing that anytime soon. But this will give us a little bit of an advantage. We'll be able to see the quick hacks that we can do, and we'll also get a database of wanted persons that we can use. It's kind of like a bounty hunter system, so we can get paid for offing those people pretty much. And the ballistic coprocessor will give us a real-time tracking of like our ammo and kind of a new sight for our weapon and all that kind of stuff. So definitely good cybernetics to start out with. And we don't currently have any of those, but you can also come to the Ripperdocs and have things installed that you've picked up while looting. So you can get cybernetics from people that you kill.
Mark
or
1, like I
said.
said. Decent enough scanner. Displays data on your cornea. Cherry on the top's a built-in external lens disruptor. In layman's terms, any surveillance cam will capture your face as a blur. And just remember, your body will still show up as crystal clear.
So with all of my tattoos, it kind of makes it pointless to hide my face, but okay.
This should do the trick. Talks to Kiroshi Tech, too.
I'm ready. Carve away.
I'm ready.
Excellent.
I'm ready.
Let's do
ready,
this.
Ready.
Lay that major league arm of yours right here.
Okay, maybe I'm not so ready.
So, what's new in the life of Viktor Vektor?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, not much. And that's fine with me. I used to live in a world where all that mattered was who's who, what's what, and how's why.
And what happened?
One day, I just dropped it and never looked back. I'll never be a legend in this town, but been sleeping nights ever since. Just like that. Thanks. Now, a bit of anesthetic and I can start cutting. Feel anything?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Play-by-play, though? Really, Doc? Makes you sound like a dentist, always going on and on.
Don't be mean now. Remember, I'm old. I got a shaky Gannic hand. Could slip. Lights out for a minute, all right?
Oh, I hate any eyeball stuff. That's always one thing that creeps me out so much. Like, I love horror movies and things don't really bother me, but anything with like eyeballs or fingernails is just ugh.
Okay, let's test this. See the magic in action. Linking you in. You might feel a little discomfort at first. Blurred vision, low contrast, glitches.
Ugh, eyeballs. No.
Well, how's it look? Feel all right to you?
Oh, this is fantastic, Vic.
Oh, beautiful.
So this just explains a little bit more about the upgrade that we just got with the Kiroshi optics, and we went over that, so I won't go over that one again.
For the scanner. It might take you a few seconds to adjust, but first time's rarely the charm, with anything, really. Scanner should eventually sync with your thought processes and read your intentions.
This is the database I was referring to that you can use as kind of a bounty hunter system to make a little bit of extra money on.
Run into any ne'er-do-wells? You know exactly what they ne'er did well.
Of course, it can also be helpful in learning more about people that you come into contact with and maybe how dangerous they might be for you also.
It ought to work like a charm. Now draw your weapon. You should see your ammo count in a brand new sight.
And the ammo count pops up there on the bottom right of the screen.
How about the neurovirus from the last job? Can you check it?
Done and gone while we were putting in your implant. And a full sweep on your soft and circuits. Zap the critter. You're certified bug-free.
Ugh, I wish it was that easy to get rid of migraine.
Shit, Victor, not bad. I don't know what to say.
Say you'll take this and remember the dosage. 2 whiffs now, and another 2 in an hour.
What am I looking at?
A mild stim. Should boost neurotransmission in the short term and muffle some of the side effects while the implant takes.
You're the best, Vic. I owe you.
Go on, kid. Show them what you're made of. And once you hit the big leagues, don't forget where you came from.
Okay, so we have our Cybernetics installed and upgraded, and it looks like Jackie is getting a little tired of waiting on us, so we will go meet back up with him, and then I think that will be pretty much it for this episode. We'll go meet up with Dexter Deshawn in our next episode and kind of see what he has for us. So that'll be our next mission. But in the meantime, be sure to check out episodes 1 and 2 if you haven't yet. And of course, subscribe to stay up to date with all of my latest Cyberpunk episodes as they come out. I'm doing those a little bit more frequently.
Your heart chakra looks a little out of whack,
should be getting quite a bit done this week.
I can release it for you, but you'd have to watch out for negative energy fields. And avoid mean reds. Anything red.
Thanks. V, yo, listen up. I talked to Dex while you were in with the doc. He's waiting in his ride. For you. Ain't but a hop to where he's parked. Next to Gramsci Burgers.
Okay. Do my best to talk us up.
But that will be in our next episode. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you soon. Bye.